AI this, ChatGPT that. Wait, are those AI waifus? Now that's something I could get behind. Let me transport you back just 2 years ago. The world was trying to figure out what 5G was, the pandemic was in full effect, and with everyone cooped up in their homes, bored with nothing to watch, 2021 was an insane year of anime. You had Demon Slayer taking all the awards, JJK Season 1 just came out, and you even saw some cool animation from Ranking of Kings. But buried among the greats of anime, one show seemed to slip under the radar for a lot of people. And I'm talking about Vivy. God damn! Holy shit, that looks good. Whoa, what was that? Was that a fucking plane? We're just gonna act like no one saw that? Yo, why is the music so loud? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Out of all the anime in 2021, I think a lot of people forgot about this anime, which is a shame because the show covers so many interesting content. Vivy Fluorite Eye Song takes place in an apocalyptic world where AI technology has taken over, and in an attempt of desperation, Dr. Matsumoto sends data 100 years back in time to inform the past of the AI revolution. The data reaches none other than our main character, the very first autonomous AI, Diva, and we're introduced to Matsumoto that serves to drive the plot. We go on a 100-year journey with Diva and Matsumoto where we not only get to see Diva grow, but also her environment and the people in the world. Like, there's this one character that Diva saves in episode 2, and as he continues to appear in the show, we get to see him physically age. Characters become old, new characters are born, and some are even relatives of old characters. Diva's journey is captivating. She stops important events from happening, like saving politicians, and sometimes shit hits the fan. She realizes she can't save everyone. She's forced to see those she cares about die, and god damn, the show looks good. If we look at any anime Studio Wit has produced, you would see nothing but quality, and Vivy isn't an exception. The show looks stunning, the details look phenomenal from characters to the backgrounds, and don't even get me started on the fights.
Let's just get this over with, okay?
I know Kung Fu.
The fights are nothing but peak action. You get these cinematic one-shot, easy-to-follow fights that don't have any unnecessary cuts. Like, think back to any anime fight off the top of your head. The fight starts, the action is good, and bam, exposition, flashbacks. The main character gets 2 punches in and more expositions. Please, stop talking. I just want to see action. Characters start talking and the fight really starts to slow down. Not in Vivy though. When the action starts, it doesn't detour until the fight has been won. AIs can download fighting software and turn the tides of battle. And that goes hand in hand with the excellent choreography that makes it effortless to see the impacts each punch and kick have. Characters have weight, they move and interact with objects. Nothing is left unnoticed. And the details don't just stop at the fight. There are moments in the show where the detail gets really good. Like, you don't just see the eyes, you feel the eyes. The detail is so good that you can tell they're not real eyes, but instead lenses and cameras. It doesn't stop at just characters, but also the background. Don't even get me started on the set. The setting of an anime can make or break a series. It enhances the experience of the viewers, sets the tone of the scene, and lets characters act out in their environment. Let's take an example of an anime that does this at an acceptable level, Naruto. In Naruto, the world boils down to a few nations that share borders, and occasionally these nations disagree and war breaks out. At a glance, does the world tell you why ninjas exist? It doesn't. You can change ninjutsu for guns, and the plot would be pretty similar. Of course, you can spend hours explaining why ninjas exist, but that's the issue. It's not necessarily intuitive enough for the audience to understand at a glance. But let's see what happens when we expand the world. I know this is going to cause a lot of discussion, but I think One Piece does a really good job at this. At first glance, you notice there are islands with vast oceans in between them, and because of the oceans that are in between them, they need to use boats to travel. And with boats filled with doubloons and goods, there are going to be pirates. The world leaves clues for viewers to pick up and help them discover the world themselves. Or you can take a different approach like in Made in Abyss. The story doesn't tell you why the big hole exists, but the setting intrigues you into wondering what lies in the abyss. It makes you curious about the world. And so to satiate your curiosity, the story introduces cave raiders, which makes a seamless transition between the world and the characters. These types of stories feel lived in. You don't really question why things are because they just feel natural. Vivy is no different. Just taking a look at the environment, you know where in the timeline you're in. You don't question the float with musical notes flying out of it, nor AI robots that change with the time period. They go from these lifeless 480p Freddy Fazbear AIs to robots indistinguishable from characters. You have space hotels, amusement parks run by robots, and even an entire island ran by nothing but AIs. Every place in the story is not only rich in history, but they have significant meaning behind their exterior, how they correlate to each character, and the overall themes found in each setting. But a good story and setting doesn't mean jack diddly squat unless your characters are also good. Bad character writing can turn an incredible concept into mediocre dog water. And let me tell you, does Vivy have some fun characters? We've already talked about the guy that has Zekis of beef with Diva, but there's this other guy that goes through elaborate plans and schemes. He codes malware, creates false narratives, and tricks our main character just to marry an AI. And look, I know AI in Japan got a bad rap. Like, who would ever do that to get with an AI? Is she even real at that point? I don't get why people would settle for such relationships when you can go out there and talk to real people. The music is incredible. The soundtrack of the series doesn't just sound good, it forms emotions within you. The heavy moments in the series just hit so much harder. You feel the music. It tells you when to be excited and when to feel somber. And it's all thanks to the composer Satoru Kosaki, that worked on a small series you might have heard of, the Monogatari series. Tangent aside, it's not just the soundtrack, but the sound design. The sound design is ear-throbbingly good. When a knife hits a piano, it makes a piano sound. And when AIs are hacked, they have distorted voices. The attention to detail is mind-blowing. The show genuinely feels like a passion project from Studio Wit. And historically, passion projects such as One Punch Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Parasite, and Sound Euphonium are shows that stand the test of time. And in a time where seasonal anime seems to be filled with recycled generic isekai garbage, Vivy is a really nice change of pace. Although Vivy might not be popular, it still holds a very special place in my heart after some years. And I think it's genuinely a good series if you're interested in sci-fi, or even just trying to get into the sci-fi genre. But if anything, the one thing that I've taken away from this anime is AI waifus are real. Hey, I know it's been a while, but hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully enjoyed the new editing and audio. I kinda wanna talk about the future of this channel and where I plan to take it. First of all, the content is staying, although at a slower pace due to school, it's here to stay. In fact, I'm excited to announce that I'm gonna start streaming here on YouTube. So if you head down and see that my icon is red, feel free to join. I'm gonna be holding live streams talking about seasonal animes, taking viewers behind the scenes of the channel, and even viewers choosing what videos I should make. It's not something you wanna miss. Well, I'm Karai. Have a nice day.